I apologize in advance if a gendered pronoun sneaks in. Mara is all genders. On the weekend, I was reading a book by Brach. In that book, there's a story about the Buddha. It is a story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It supports the point she is making, a point which I will probably be working on for many years. But the storyteller in me looked at it and said, nothing special. On Wednesday, I spent way too much time on Facebook. And in the late afternoon, I sat back and said, I need to take a step. I went to a site by Bodhipaksa, a site that has helped me take many steps in the past. And he held up a lens. With that lens, he showed me things that, while I had seen about recent events, I had not actually looked at. And that story that had lain flat on the page, stood up and said, take my bones and take that lens. Your next step. Not the last step in your journey, not even anywhere near the middle, but the step that is one size 8 shoe from where you are right now. That step is to take these bones and take that lens and build a story. On the night that Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, he sat beneath the Bodhi tree. He sat and he thought about dukkha, about suffering. He thought about the causes of dukkha and the ways to end dukkha. He thought about the ways that he and his fellow monks had tried to end dukkha without success. And he thought about the times when he had been free of dukkha. He thought about clinging. He thought about times when he had taken too much and times when he had taken too little. He thought about human nature. He thought about how we all have dukkha and we all want to be free of dukkha. We all want to be happy. Some of us are skilled at this. Most of us, most humans, are unskilled. Siddhartha thought about compassion. Compassion for all beings, including oneself. That night he was visited by Mara. Mara has many faces. Mara is fear. Mara is delusion and greed. Mara is anger and hatred. Mara whispered in Siddhartha's ear. She shouted in his face. She talked behind his back. And throughout it all, the Buddha sat. He rested his hand upon the earth lightly, and he said, I see you, Mara. I see you. I see you, fear. I see you, delusion and greed. I see you, anger and hatred. I see you. I am not you, and you are not me. And in the morning, Mara left. The new Buddha stood and began his teaching. But Mara is not sent off so easily. Mara is persistent. And throughout the Buddha's life, to the end of his days, Mara kept returning. When Mara was seen at the gates, the other monks ran in fear. Some of them built walls to keep Mara out, or cages to keep Mara inside. Some of them closed their eyes, hoping Mara would disappear. Others talked sternly, expecting Mara to obey. But the Buddha prepared 2 chairs, 2 cups, and a pot of tea. The Buddha said, "I see you, Mara. I see you, fear. I see you, delusion and greed. I see you, anger and hatred. I see you. I am not you, and you are not me. Come, Mara, sit beside me and have some tea."